What's up everyone, welcome back to my top 10 setups of the day series. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of these amazing setups. Our first setup of this episode comes to us from Sarah Hawk, who is showing off their awesome build made for online classes. Their setup is simple but sweet, with a Philips monitor with an attached Baseus monitor lamp. Below that you'll spot a MacBook, which is quintessential for any student, and an Apple mouse off onto the right. Under that SCARDIS pegboard is OP's PC, which features a super slick Cougar MX410 Mesh-G RGB case. The shelf on the left looks fantastic and adds a fun bit of decoration to the room, but I would love to see it lit up a little bit better with a lamp or some light RGB. This next setup comes to us from Slippery Foots, and this is in fact their first battle station. It's very simple, but it does come with a dual monitor setup featuring two LG monitors on their original stand. I'm not sure how possible this is considering how thick their desk is, but I would love to see what this setup would look like with those two monitors mounted and elevated off the desk. It would certainly give them a little bit of extra room on the desk to work with. On the desk you can spot some pretty nice peripherals for a starter setup in the form of an extra large SteelSeries desk mat and what appears to be a Logitech mouse. This is an awesome start for the OP's first setup, and I'm excited to see what changes they make in the future. For our next setup today, we've got another college battle station, with this one being from AzirToAzide. This time with an impressive vertical 27-inch Scepter 1080p monitor. Then they've got a Nixius 144p 144Hz ultra-wide monitor. Both of these are elevated off the desk with the classic Vizio double monitor mount. To the right of the monitors is OP's PC with a Cooler Master H500 case, which looks absolutely fantastic. Under the monitor you can also spot a Stream Deck. Whilst the gear in this setup is well put together and very impressive, I would love to see a little bit more decoration on the walls and some lighting, although if they're a college student they might not be able to do anything on the walls, so admittedly that might not be their fault. Up next we've got this super calming and minimalistic setup from BeigeGuy. Whilst this setup is intentionally very simple, it doesn't skimp on the stunning gear and presentation. In their dual monitor setup they've got at least one Asus monitor, with both monitors being mounted and leaving the desk mostly clear, which definitely adds to the minimalistic aesthetic. For peripherals you can spot a Logitech mouse as well as a Blue Yeti mic and boom arm. Whilst they're most likely used more for function rather than form, the sound paneling really helps add some decor to the room without taking away from the minimalism. All in all, this is a stellar setup. Our next setup is this super futuristic and cyberpunk build from MansNotHot. They've got a super slick triple monitor setup with 3 horizontal monitors, which we honestly don't see all that often. The OP is also clearly a huge fan of Razer, because if you look at the desk you'll spot a Razer headset, keyboard, mouse and mouse pads. All of this fantastic RGB gear is complemented nicely by the Nanoleafs lights on the wall, which are arranged in a super unique position. I think it would be really cool to get another set of Nanoleafs or some sort of wall art on the other wall to balance the build out. That left wall is looking very slightly bare, but it's nothing too bad. The desk they're using is a Washington corner workstation, and I love seeing the corner desks where the gear is actually in the corner of the desk, as I think it provides a super unique look. Whilst the photo quality might not be the best, this setup from Matchpan is nothing short of stunning. Front and centre we've got to talk about this amazing DVA themed secret lab chair that is not only super comfortable and good for your back, but it also looks amazing. On the desk you'll spot a Tribe Science triple monitor shelf which is holding up 2 monitors, one of which is an Acer. They've got a Razer mouse sitting on an adorable mousepad that actually looks like a cat paw. Whilst I'm sure it'll drive some people crazy, I'm actually a big fan of the sticker and the decorations that they've got on their PC. This is a super cute and calming setup, but I would love to see it in a little bit of a better lighting in the form of some LED strips or a lamp. At our number 4 spot today we've got this super minimalistic setup from Cloud's Life. They only have one monitor, but the 29-inch LG ultrawide certainly isn't anything to scoff at. Below the monitor we've got a tablet, an extra large RGB mousepad, and a set of Logitech MX sound speakers. The setup is left barely lit, using only some LEDs around the desk and a Xiaomi bedside lamp. The low lighting gives the setup a super low-key feeling, and it makes it seem like the perfect spot to get some work done. Coming in at number 3 is this super cozy and aesthetic setup from Arc07 that features the most adorable dog that you're going to see in the video today. For the desk, they're using the classic combination of a Calby desk with Alex straws from IKEA. On the desk, you'll spot a Samsung G9 Odyssey monitor that's mounted with a Mounting Dream full motion TV mount. To the right, they've also got their PC with a classic Lian Li O11 case. The star of this setup is easily the amazing decorations in the form of those Dikiru acoustic hexagonal panels. They fill out the walls and add a nice bit of shelf space, whilst also being super unique and eye-catching. The geometric shapes mixed with the plants make this setup look shockingly amazing, and it's definitely going to inspire a ton of other setups. Next up, we've got this build from Light Sensitivity, who's got a super minimalist and professional looking setup. That insane monitor is another Samsung G9 Odyssey, which really fills out the setup without making things feel too cluttered. That beast of a monitor is mounted to an Ergotron monitor arm. The build is powered by a MacBook, and it's using Harman speakers. This seems like the ultimate battle station for productivity. Our number 1 spot goes to this astonishing setup from Please Solve Fori, which looks like it could have come straight out of a magazine. They've got a Samsung CRG9 49-inch monitor, a D65 keyboard with glorious Panda switches and MT3 keycaps, a Mika Kovo S speakers, with all of this sitting on an IKEA Gerton desk with fully Jarvis legs. Everything about this setup is not only amazing in function but also in form, leading to one of the best looking setups I think we've ever featured on the channel. And that is the end of today's video. Check out the description for a list of a lot of gear that I've mentioned in this video. If you want to see more of these incredible setups, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next episode. Leave a comment down below on which setup you think should have been number 1 today.